Hey guys, Sapolo here, and today I'm going to do the review of the 1 to 60th scale Arbalest version IV. Alright, here is the Arbalest itself. Now this is one full heck of a fun build. I really enjoy this build. It's something I know it's not a Gundam kit I usually build, but boosting it is not Gundam just makes me think, well, I should be getting a Gundam, but when I build this mount kit, oh boy, I enjoy every single piece and every single instruction I built on this kit. It is so good, like, I cannot stress that enough. This is one hell of a fun build, and I'm gonna say, it's really good. Like, into the details, well, I mean, it's very detailed. It's very, like, really good at paneling opportunities. The design looks pretty cool, even though, yeah, that's to be expected of an arm slave from Fullmetal Panic. But, I just really enjoyed. I just really like the design, even though I'm not a huge fan of Fullmetal Panic. But building this kit is one heck of a fun thing to do. Now to the stickers, this is what you get. So let's take out the base. First, turn the stickers. Basically, you get the eyes, the crotch area, which is a little bit horrible, but do forgive me for that. And the white on the back skirts. That's it. Not all stickers. Now there's a missing detail. You get a fair amount. The gray on the Vulcans right there, or if they're called Vulcans. Yellow on the cheeks. These, by the way, these pieces are really small, so you do be careful. The yellow on the vents on the collarbone, if I'll put it that way. The yellow on the vents on the thighs, basically. And yellow inside the, I guess, thrusters or something like those on the back of the torso. And I believe that's about it in terms of missing detail. But yeah, I really love this kit. Even though, I said, I'm not even Fullmetal Panic fan, but I do enjoy this build a lot. Like, really, this is one hell of a fun build. I just love everything. Like, look at the face even. That is how badass this design of an arm slave is. I just really enjoy it. So in terms of design and detail, it's not too bad. For articulation, well, it is decent enough. The head is on the double ball joint, which allows it to go up before it pops off, so it can look up that far, look down somewhat. It can rotate all the way around, forward and back somewhat. And yeah, this thing comes out, which is basically the cockpit for the arm slave of the Arbalest. But there's no cockpit there. I mean, sort of a cockpit in there, but I don't know what's it there for. But it's there if you want to put a cockpit inside or something like that. The torso, the arms. Okay, the arms. Okay, basically this as far as you can go. Can't go further than that. That's one problem I face with articulation. I wish the shoulder can move out even further, but that's what you can get. The shoulder is independent from the arm, similar to a massacre. Okay, basically the design of the shoulder is similar to a massacre. So basically, the ball joint goes in here, and the shoulder is just floating around in between the ball joint and the arm. So like I said, the shoulder is independent. The arm can go that far. The arm can rotate all the way around. And then, okay, basically, it's a polycap joint. You can allow us to swing out that far, but you can an extra joint on the torso itself, which allows you to swing it even further, which is pretty good. There is a rotation below the shoulder, double jointed elbow, and touching the shoulder. That's good. Ball jointed wrist, which they're a little bit loose. That's maybe because of how tight it is when you first put it in. Torso, okay, torso. There is an ab crunch, so you can that moves up and down, and then there is a bit of side to side, and it can rotate all the way around. There is no front skirt or side skirt, but there is a back skirt, so it does move unhinged. You cannot separate them, by the way. The legs can go forward that far, that's the way. You're far back, out that far, and there is a hip. If you want to give further range for the legs, you can actually pull this down. Not that way. I mean, okay. Basically, there's a hip joint which you can pull down because we're in range. But at least for my kit, I don't think it doesn't really work on mine. I'm not sure if I'm doing it wrong or doing something wrong, if I miss out a step. But you know, let's see, it's something. Like, I mean, at least I appreciate that thing's there, but I'm just worried about this thing breaking, to be honest. Because this is a really good model. Don't get it wrong. But like I said, I can't really fully utilize that hip joint, but it is there. Now I was gonna go that far, then it's back, out, pretty far, rotation the hip, double joint the knee, nice separation right there. And then the ankles, basically you can move front and back, there's a bit of side to side, and then this part can move, and the ankle arm is on a kind of hinge, and then the foot is on the foot, has a flat action. So articulation, well, although the hips, the shoulders are a little hindered, it's alright for what it is. I do wish the hip joints could be a little bit better in terms of that, that mechanism works a little better. But hey, not so bad. I'm not really going to use that joint, but you know, it's good. It has a full range of ability, especially on lower legs, basically. Alright, for accessories, well, let's start off with the this is another weapon. Basically, first off, you get the basically get the anti-tank dagger, which basically, but when you build a head, you have two choices. You can either put these the cover pieces on the vents, or you can put the anti-tank dagger on. Unfortunately, you cannot make the Arbalest hold the dagger. But you can buy, if I remember correctly, if you want the dagger, you have to buy the Grunspec, the Grunspec kits. Basically, they have anti-tank daggers, which they are handholdable. But on this case, it only holds onto the Arbalest cheeks. But so yeah, you can't take. I'm not gonna take them out because I'm worried about using these pieces, and they're pretty tight in there, so I'm not gonna bother taking them out. But you get a point. Next up, we get the, I don't know the name of this. I'm just going to call it a machine gun, basically. Basically, you can get the Arbalest to hold it. Just take out the hand cover. And, oops. Put it in there, and there. There you go. The Arbalest can hold it. And you can shoot. That's pretty cool. And you also get a, what's that called? Let me refer to the manual. You get a monomolecular cutter, which is basically a combat knife, basically. Yes, the whole thing comes in gray. I painted it silver, so this is supposed to be silver, so you must paint that. But the whole thing comes in gray. Again, you can hold it into the hand like so, like that. And yes, as I've shown you earlier, you do get you stay over there. See, there. See, there. Okay. You do get the a sheath for the combat knife, I'll call it, and you can store it on the side skirt. Not side skirt. I mean the dive. It looks like side skirt, but it's not. It's really not. You can store it on the side of the dive, or you do get, where is it? Oh, there you go. You do get an adapter, which you take this piece out from the. Oops. You take out this piece from the back, if I can get it. Come on. Oh, there you go. And you put this piece on in there, and basically what you can do is just slide the monomolecular cutter inside there, and yeah, I mean, it's not so bad. Like, I've seen the Arbalest. It's like I've seen clips of the Arbalest fighting, and it does store this knife behind on the back. Okay, it's not okay, here we go. But okay, I'll leave this on for now. You also get a, I guess it's not a shotgun, but it looks like one. But I believe people call this something like a cannon or something like that. Something like a grenade launcher, if I put it that way. But basically, yeah, it's resembles a shotgun. I'm gonna call it a shotgun anyway because it just looks like one. I don't honestly care about FMP or its technology and stuff, but whatever. Yeah, the what's it called? The grip can move, which is pretty interesting. It's just like a shotgun. Again, you put in the whole hand like so, or if you want, you can put this guy into the, I can do it, into the back on the adapter. So that's pretty neat. And let's put this back on because I'm not displaying this piece on the arm sleeve, but the main attraction is, oh wait, I forgot. You also get open palm hands for both hands, which is pretty cool. Although you might want to cut the webbing off on the hands, but overall they're pretty detailed and pretty nice. And the main attraction itself for the Arbalest is the lambda driver. Basically, you get, if I can grab them, there we go. Okay, basically you get these parts to take some parts off and just put it on there. Okay, I'm going to do a jump cut and I'll show you what it looks like with lambda driver on. Alright, there is the Arbalest with the lambda driver on. I gotta say, it looks pretty damn cool. With the extra parts they give you. Fortunately, it's not transforming like a like an action figure or master figure, if I put it that way. But at least in terms of Bandai Plamo, this is acceptable. I can perfectly understand why they can't actually engineer the lambda driver to do it automatically. But I really like it. Like it just makes the, okay, if I remember quickly, the lambda driver is supposed to be some form of system where it takes the willpower of the pilot into energy. So it looks really cool. I mean, it's somewhat subtle, but at the same time, it's pretty dramatic in kind of sense. So yeah. But unfortunately, I mean, as much as I like this lambda driver, it looks cool. Don't get me wrong, but I mostly prefer that you display it on normal mode. But again, it looks cool in this mode, so I personally don't mind that. So accessories, pretty damn cool. Alright, for comparisons, well, unfortunately I do not have any other arm slaves or any mecha related to Fullmetal Panic here, but I do have a Gundam to compare it with, which is, okay, let's do it. It's the Extreme Gundam. Okay, as you can see, the Extreme Gundam is a 1:144 scale. This is a 1/60 scale. So, but in terms of size, they're similar. I mean, in right, we see right now they're pretty similar. And the Arbalest is taller than a 1:144 scale Gundam. Okay, now let's bring another Gundam, which is kind of tall, but I'm not sure if it's gonna, match up with it. But the Lunar Gazer. If you don't count the backpack, the Arbalest is still a bit taller by a tad bit. Like I think it's only reaching around to the head. So yeah, that's about the review. Alright, just like a Gundam high grade, which has some leftover parts, the Arbalest do also have some leftover parts. The usual stuff, you get the polycaps left over as usual. I'm gonna keep them in my spare polycaps box. And then you also get the A plate, which is just, okay, this is basically the torso piece and then the cockpit, not cockpit, I mean, like the some part of the chest, basically. That's from the A plate. And you also get, for a good thing, is the hips, the hip joints, and then also the basically hip joints. Now this is a good thing. Now why you may ask is because that as you can see here, the hips are, okay, as another they're staying strong, but in the case where your hips kind of break, if you pull down the joints, this will come in handy. You will definitely need these extra hip joints just to replace the old one. So it's good that you have these extra leftover joints from the for the arm sleeves. So it's good. It's good. Yeah, I really like that they actually have some leftover hip joints. So yeah, that's our review. Alright, that's a review of the 1/60 scale Arbalest version IV. Now, for 2,800 yen, I am impressed how this guy turned out. Well, some of you might say, well, the price is a little bit too high, but why would you get it? Well, you gotta understand that it's not Bandai's fault for just actually making like this thing high. You have to understand that Bandai does not own Fullmetal Panic, which is why they have to get the license from the company in order to make the Fullmetal Panic model kits. From the build quality itself, I would say it's good. I would say, yeah, I mean, the build, I'm really impressed how this guy turned out. I was really happy with this kit. The details was really cool. You get a bunch of panel lines in this kit, so you can have all a bunch of, take out that panel line marker, all the stuff you see onto the arm sleeve. The design, like I said, and funny is it's made by the person who designed the gun Exia and then the Flowers from Amber Orphans and some of the mecha as well. But the design looks cool. I love it. Detail wise, well, it's pretty good. There's some missing detail in your fin, but if those missing details fill it out, it will stand out a lot more. Articulation is okay. It's good. Though the shoulder is going to be better. And the accessories, well, they're pretty good. Like, you get a bunch of them. You get the gun, some guns, and some knives. Well, I mean, you get a knife, you get 2 guns, a dagger which you can put onto the face of the head, and you get the parts to make the Lambda driver, which is pretty cool. Overall, do I recommend this kit? Absolutely. Especially if you can get it if it's on sale, you get this kit. If you can find this guy for cheap, get that money out, buy this guy. You will not be regretting it. I'm telling you right now. In fact, I'm hoping they'll make a Levitane from this series. Even though I know, because I don't know about Foam and Pan, but I do know the mechas somewhat. So I'm hoping they make a Levitane, and if they do, I'll be going to the store and grabbing it straight away. Because heck, I love this model kit. I love the full Metal Panic Pekka's designs. It's really that cool. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching this review, and stay tuned for more videos. Peace out.